Hello, it's John Heaton, and this afternoon we're going to review this album from Elton, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. Been promising to do this for quite a while, so here goes. Released in June 1975, and the follow-up to Caribou from the previous year, and the one before Rock of the Westies, which came out later the same year, 75. And then, I think it was Elton's last truly great album, and by that I mean fantastic album, pun not intended. But I liked Rock of the Westies, and I liked quite a bit of Blue Moves, and I have a soft spot for Single Man, because the first one I bought. But objectively speaking, I think this one is the last 5-star classic, and it is a 5-star classic. And the first thing to say, it's a beautiful cover, beautiful design. I'm sorry to say that my copy doesn't come with all the goodies inside it. I bought it second hand, and it's missing the lyric sheet. This is the inside. So I noticed that when I picked up the deluxe CD reissue a few years ago, which came with all the original artwork. So this is the last album, at least for a while, with the classic lineup of Dee Murray on bass, Davy Johnston on guitar, Ray Cooper on percussion, and Nigel Olsson on piano. All the songs are written by Elton and Bernie Taupin. And then shortly after this album came out, he replaced most of the band. I think Davy Johnson stayed, and I think Ray Cooper stayed, but Dee and Nigel were replaced. I'm not quite sure why, because I think this is probably the best Elton John band of his career. So when this album came out in '77, Greatest Hits Volume 2, it surprisingly only included one track from this album, which was Someone Saved My Life Tonight. And this is a nice booklet which came with Greatest Hits Volume 2. I'm just showing it to you because I'm probably not going to do a review of that album separately. Let's put the Bitches Back, Lucy in the Sky. And because I'm missing the artwork of the Captain Fantastic album. So, one of the noticeable things about this album, reading the history behind it, is when it came out, he performed the whole of the album from start to finish at Wembley Stadium on some kind of Midsummer Madness day out, which featured the Eagles and the Beach Boys, and a beautiful summer's day. And then Elton didn't come on till the evening. And by the time he came on, apparently the audience was a bit tired and half the audience left. But anyway, the point I'm making is it's very brave to actually perform a new album which no one had heard before, from start to finish. I don't think, I was trying to think other artists who've done that in their career. And I can think of 3 examples where I saw that happen in concert. Roger Waters' Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking, 1984 tour, he did the whole of that album. But actually what he did is to do Pink Floyd songs in the one half and then the new album in the second half. And he did the same with the Radio Chaos tour of '87. Every song from the new album was played, but interspersed with Pink Floyd songs and other well-known songs from his solo career. So not quite the same. Lou Reed with the Magic and Lost tour, which I saw in 1992 at Hammersmith. Again, same thing. First half, Velvet, Underground, stroke Lou Reed famous solo songs, and in the second half the whole of the Magic and Lost album. Here Elton came on, did the new album, kicked off with the new album, played it in sequence all the way through, and then ended with Pinball Wizard and Saturday Night, I think. So a brave thing to do, as he admitted at the time, and commendable. And if I certainly wouldn't have left. Oh, sorry, Bob Dylan also, I wasn't there, but he also did the Slow Train Coming material all the way through, and more or less exclusively that album in the '79 tour, and the following album, Saved, he actually did in concert, the whole thing in concert before it even came out, which is quite perverse. Anyway, I'm getting a bit distracted because that was the live concert at Wembley. But the album itself, let's go through the tracks. So the title track, why it's not on here, I don't know, because it's one of the top 10 tracks of Elton's career. I think it's absolutely brilliant. From the beginning acoustic guitar riff to the superb bit in the chorus when the electric guitar comes in, and I think the lyrics are about kind of semi-autobiographical about Bernie and Elton being Captain Fantastic and Bernie being the brown dirt cowboy. It's a song you never get tired of, and here comes a plane, but maybe we're going to escape it. No. So the title track, play it loud. That's my advice. Brilliant. Then we got Tower of Babel, which is a very interesting song. Interesting lyrics from Bernie about kind of sort of biblical lyrics. Jesus didn't save the men in the Tower of Babel. A little bit strange, but a good track. I think when Elton did this album all the way through in concert just recently, he missed out this track, so maybe it's not one of his favourites. But it's a decent second song on the album, maybe not quite up there with the title track. And then Bitter Fingers is a song he wrote about songwriting. Denmark Street was the publishing house for songwriters to go and buy and sell songs back in the 60s. Denmark Street, just off Charing Cross Road in London, where my friend's rock music bookshop Helter Skelter used to be for many years as well. Not Another Plane.
Not another plane.
I'm going to have to speed up here because there's too many planes flying back and forth. So tell me when the whistle blows. Didn't strike me immediately, but on repeated hearings it definitely grows on you and becomes quite a bit of a favourite actually. Very nice groove to it. Very nice band playing all the way through. This band is just really in the groove and supporting Elton's songs superbly. Which brings me to the best track on the album, and maybe the best track of Elton's entire career. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Again, I'm not sure what the words are about. I said in an earlier video that I didn't think that Elton was suicidal. I don't think he was, but this song is kind of about, I think he was about to marry someone, and his friend talked him out of it. So I don't think there's literally saving his life, but I think I read that he was a little bit suicidal at the time. But anyway, the lyrics are, for the most part, brilliant in this song. Very heartfelt and very moving. And the tune is just one of Elton's best. He's performed this in concert solo around 75, 76. These are some pictures from around about the time. And you can see Elton's proudly displaying his receding hairline here, unlike in recent years where he's got this toupee. I think it's better to grow old gracefully, to be honest. I don't understand these rock stars who dye their hair and stuff. But anyway, digressing, Someone Saved My Life Tonight. I will point out Nigel Olsson's superb drumming on this track. And pause for the plane. The third plane. Richie, phone the airport.
Sorry?
Phone the airport. It's the kind of song where you can't resist playing the air drums to. I don't know if you guys out there play the air drums or the air guitar. I'm quite known for doing it, even on my own in the car. Get a few strange looks from the passers-by. But Nigel's drumming is just brilliant, and there's just a few weak lines about clinging to your stocks and bonds, paying your HP demands forever, which is like a pretty weak line. I'm not sure what that's about, but on the whole, the lyrics are among Bernie's best, and Elton's music is among his best. So I think that is the best track on the album. And then we turn it over to Gotta Get a Meal Ticket, which is a nice rocker up there with Elton's good up-tempo rockers like The Bitch Is Back, Saturday Night kind of thing. Maybe not quite in that bracket, but I like it. Haven't given these songs marks out of 10, but most of them so far have been a kind of 8 or 9, apart from the title track and Someone Saved My Life, which I'd both give 10s to. Better Off Dead is another stomping rocker with a very good piano from Nigel. Nice song. And Writing, again, a bit of a grower. I guess this song's about songwriting as well. It's not my favourite. Give this a kind of 8 out of 10. We All Fall in Love Sometimes is kind of the closing ballad to the album, and it's decent. It's nearly top drawer, but not quite. I don't think it's quite on the same level as Candle in the Wind and Chameleon from the next album. I prefer, I think, and feel like a bullet in the gun of Robert someone or other on the Rock of the Westies album. Robert Braun. So, but this We All Fall in Love Sometime. It's got some beautiful moments, and it's I like it. Maybe slightly soppy lyrics, and then Curtains closes the album a little bit disappointingly. I mean, nothing huge, but it's kind of repetitive song. Doesn't really hit the heights of the earlier album. But this is fairly minor criticism, and I'm just going to close this review before the 4th or 5th plane comes through, I think. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Elton, for this fantastic album, and there's been quite a few good stuff since this album, but during this period you just couldn't put a foot wrong, and I'm eternally grateful for all the great stuff you put out, particularly in the 70s. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, that was a bit of a disaster.
Do another